Tonight we're dealing with part 4 and hopefully the last one. So expectation is something very positive that it's expressing that we're trusting the child or in the good of the person and his abilities. You know, when we have expectations, you cannot have expectation from a person who is not capable. So the expectation usually that we have is from the people that we believe that they have the capacity and the ability to help. But how about if we have too much expectations? What happens when you have too much expectation from your child? Is it easy for him?
No, and then you also get disappointed yourself as a parent.
Yeah.
The more that you expect, the greater the disappointment is.
Absolutely. Now, it's very difficult to the child to help his mother while he knows that the more he'll accomplish, the more jobs he will get at home because he's capable. So the amount of the help that you're expecting from a child have to make sense. It should be according to his ability. Many times, and we depend on the child. If the child is not home, you're losing your mind because she became, or he or she became like you, right hand, and you have to have a meaning, you depend on the help of this child. So here comes Esther, and she's helping a lot at home. They have 9 people at home, and the house needs all the time help. And she is doing her best. This Esther, she's doing her best. But the problem is that the mother of Esther, she depends on her. And she's saying all the time, I will not be able to manage without Esther. And she's declaring it in every chance that she had to declare it, she's declaring it. Lately, Esther played around from helping. She avoiding it. And she likes to go out of the house. She's going to a friend to do to do homework. She is trying to help as less as possible. What happened? If you will ask Esther, she'll tell you. She'll say, I feel like I have to chase after the wind. I will never be able to stand by all the responsibilities that my mother put on my shoulders. And the fact that she knows that Ima depends on her, making it even 50 times more difficult. Because then comes the guilt feelings. And she couldn't take it. Esther, she couldn't take it. So she said, you know what? I must get this burden off my shoulders. And she decided slowly to depart from all the help that she used to give Ima at home. As a parent, I'm telling you, if you're sending signals that you helpless, a parent that it depends too much on the help of the child, and a parent that is developing expectation that not realistic from the child, they're going to lead you to the same outcome, same results, which the child will become, I don't want to help. I can't take it. If you want to help your child to develop the ability to give, there is a general ruling that we all have to keep, which you have to consider the ability of the child and on his will. Not always they want to help you. Don't overload them. Don't overload them. They're not you. How many mothers here depends on the older child to help her in the kitchen if they have guests or if the house is upside down and so on. Right away, who Ima will turn to?
The older child.
The first name that you spill out of her mouth, Esther. And she depended on her, which is not that good at all. So now, I'm going back to patient. We're going to have to talk about it time after time. The need to receive, it's a need, it's a basic need of a child since he was born. When he goes up, slowly, he will develop the ability to give. Slowly. This is our mission in this world. To process and make our ability to give much more sophisticated. Let me ask you a question. From what age you're expecting your child to help from his own, that you don't have to tell him to help you?
9.
Anybody else?
12.
Anybody else?
I think after bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Toward bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, this is when the child starts to develop the side of the, as we say, musariyut, the musar. He starts to understand things. Why? Because this is the time that Yetzer HaTov gets into the picture. And the Yetzer HaTov just starting to develop. And usually from this age and on, you can start to, expect from the children that they should help you from sensitivity and a true open heart, a heart that wants really to help. Kids which are underage, from time to time, they'll come also to help you on their own. But this coming already with conditions. He wants to be called the good boy, or she wants to be called the good girl, or the prizes that will do it. And they're not coming to help you because they feel for you. No. They're coming from a selfish point of view. We want the reward we want. So we reward them. At least they know that there is something called giving in this world. When the Yetzer HaTov will sink in, then they will understand slowly, that we don't have to do it only for what do I get out of it. You need to help because it's good to help. It's a mitzvah to help. So, to all the mothers, I will say over here, if you have a daughter, savlanut for 12 years. And 12 years, we only starting. We only starting. Boys, 13 and up. Before that, if he is doing something in the house, even for a prize, oh.
Kvod Oram, but you said after bar mitzvah, you said you only give advice to a child. You don't tell him what to do, how to do.
This is when it comes to life. But they have already the skill inside. The Yetzer HaTov is inside. And we're expecting them to feel for us and to help us on their own. We don't have to tell them.
What if it's not coming from them? Do you ask?
We'll get to it.
Okay, can wait.
We'll get to it.
Rabbi, I don't understand. Yetzer HaTov just comes in the bar mitzvah age? They don't have it before? What about Yetzer Hara then?
He's there from day one.
Oh,
Welcome to the real world. Okay. Listen to this. A lady talking to me, and listen to what she is saying to me. Okay. She said, I have so much work at home. And especially at the evening when all the kids are home, my sink is full with dishes that needs to be cleaned. The little children, they are in the shower and they spritzing water all over the bathroom, the shower. Ha ha ha, hoo, and they're spilling water like in the swimming pool. And the baby crying for food. She was just about to lose her mind. Now she sees her daughter, 10 years old, she's disconnected from the scene. And peacefully she is reading a book while she hears the brother splashing water all over. The baby is screaming as loud as he can because he wants to eat. And the kitchen is upside down. And we have a child, 10 years old, a girl, reading a book like nothing happened, like she is deaf. Her mother couldn't take it. She couldn't take it. So I told her, you have to calm down, calm down. I said, what do you mean calm down? She is hearing. She sees. Why she's not offering help? Why do I have to ask her? Don't she have a heart? Sounds familiar? Sounds familiar. Nobody home. Okay, good.
No, definitely, Rob. Sounds familiar.
Yes.
We want them to pick
Yes.
up on cues on their own. We want them to see what's going on to just run to help us, but that's not the reality.
Why it's not?
I think because we expect too much from a 10-year-old. I think she's just busy playing, being a child.
10 years old is not that, you know? Now, it's very difficult to expect from a child that he will come by himself to offer help. Unless Behemet is a child, he doesn't have the ability.
Rabbi, what if the child is very mature and if asked, the child can do it?
What?
If the child is very mature girl and if asked, the child has done it before and can do this task of, let's say I tell my daughter, don't you hear that sound? Your sister is crying. She'll get up and take care of the sister, you know? But like, if she's able to do it, is that okay to ask? Or like she can feed the child, or You
Did,
know that the child can do it.
did she did it on her own?
Not all the time. Sometimes. Like,
So,
let's say if she knows certain days that I need her, so that day she knows that she has to take care of her siblings, right?
yeah.
So like if the child, like that days, she will own up to it. She will on her own offer help. So that's okay to expect.
That's very good.
Like let's say I work Sundays. So Sundays, she knows that she is in charge of the children. Because I would be sleeping or taking a nap during the day. So for those
likes it
hours,
or what?
she likes it. And then of course, like later she gets a prize for it, or she gets what she wants to do, you know, like a project, whatever. But those like let's say Sundays, she knows she has to do it. So I know she's able to.
Yeah, but don't forget she's a child and you're putting on her a big responsibility.
But after she feels good about it, because she overcame it.
I don't know. It's remain to be seen. Hopefully, and I pray that she is doing it besimcha, okay? And like what I said in the beginning, that we had at 10 years old that she was perfectly helping. Slowly, she started to depart because it was
Too much.
way too much.
Thank
But
you.
I'll pray that she'll stay like that. B'ezrat Hashem.
Thank you.
Rav,
Yeah.
what about like in large families, you know, when they have 10 kids, let's say more, 7, 10 kids, and the kids each take care of each other. And they don't have a Yetzer Tov, you know, they're under bat mitzvah, but they all help out. Is that something that's taught in the family for the kids to take care of each other? Or is that because Rav said responsibility, like, you know, you see the 5-year-old picking up the 1-year-old, giving him the bottle, you know, it's such a beautiful thing. But is it something that's taught, or is the kid just has that nature?
When you will have 7, 8, 9, 10 kids, then you can assume that the chinuch in the house is totally different. Yeah. What they hear there, it's totally different than what we are accustomed to. And for them is natural, you know. Because don't forget, they don't have as much toys as we have.
They have each other, the best toys.
They have live toys.
Yeah.
We have toys, dogs, cats, I don't know what. So let's not talk about this chinuch because it's mamash something else.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? You see, I have to know whom we're dealing with, what's going on in the homes, and we'll try to do our best. Otherwise, everybody will be like them, so yeah. They have no struggle at all with helping at home. None of the above. Every child, you know, they care for each other. They take care of each other. That is something just to sit and watch. That's all you need to do. But we have to deal with other things. If you're going to the pharmacy and the medicine that you need, he tell you, I don't have. Are you gonna be upset at him?
No, you're gonna wait for him to order it and it'll be in stock the next day. That's the way it usually works.
Good. If you're asking your child to do something that he doesn't have, why are we getting upset?
Because we expect it of them. Just like we expect the pharmacy to have it.
What do you mean you don't have pills? So why you a pharmacy?
Rabbi, sometimes we feel that the child has the ability, but maybe he's lazy about it, or as a mother, sometimes you feel like your child has the ability.
Okay. I hear.
So you shouldn't like push her and tell her what to do, or
You see, a young child, less than bar mitzvah, he doesn't have yet the feelings to help mommy to feel sorry for Ima, mercy for Ima. They don't have it. Not yet.
and if we push it, we hurt the child, you mean?
Yeah. So don't be angry at him and don't blame him. If you're going to criticize him over and over again, that you don't know how to give help on your own, and again and again and again, how many times I have to tell you, can't you pick it up on your own? Don't you see? Don't you see? So you will be very successful, okay, to convince him that he denying help. He doesn't want to help. And he will not try to bring himself any different image. You say, I have an image already, I'm not helping. So we need patience. Patience. If the house is upside down and you see a child reading a book, don't get. Maximum in a nice way, you can say, can you help me, please? And if he says, let's say he says no. He says, I'm asking you again. I need help. Can you take this and go do this, do that? Can you? This needs patience because the baby is screaming and the water is splashing. Usually we tell the child, if you're not going to get up right now, okay, I'm going to show you now. You chutzpan, and I will tell you, can you help me, please? You're standing there like nothing happened. One time, two times. And then if he's going to continue to refuse, then we'll do something else. I will tell you, There is two approaches over here. Either you tell him, you know what? Knowing that he has a piece of Yetzer Hara. You don't know what you're missing. If you're going to help me, you don't know what you're missing. So it might be that he will help you for the price. Or you can choose the other way. If he will ask for your help, you can say also, I don't want to.
Wait, Rav, can I clarify? The Rav is saying that if they say they don't want to help, and you gave them the option in a calm manner, and then when they ask us for our help, we should also say not, we don't want to?
I said we have two options. Either to bribe the child, knowing that you're dealing with Yetzer Hara, or if you're trying to take the other highway to show him that this will not going to tolerate. When we're asking you to help, you have to help. So when you're going to ask us for help, the answer will be no. Which I'm not recommending at the moment to do it.
The second one.
If it was me, I will bribe the child. I know that you're going to ask me, so you're teaching this child, to
Groceries.
be manipulator, right? I'll help only if I get a prize. Yes, why? Because we have already general ruling. מתוך שלא לשמה יבוא לשמה. When the child gets used to help, okay, at the end it will come to understanding that I don't want to help for the reward. I'm old enough to understand that it's good only for kids. I have to do it on my own.
And that happens at bar mitzvah, Rav?
The question is if we have this patience. That's the question. The next one. Here we go. We have a child 5 years old. 5 years old. She's saying to her mom, Mommy, can I be in charge to wet the house plant every day? I want to do it. Very good. Ima says, yes, by all means, such tzadeket. You don't have even to ask me. Everybody who was praising her at home, tzadeket, balat chesed, oh, very nice. No. After a few weeks, the compliments, of course, stopped, right? Nobody have even on his mind to thank her. We did already. I don't know. Okay, so that. Because we got used to this help. And One night, Ima talking to this child. Rachel is her name. Racheli, 3 days already you didn't wet the house plant. It's not nice of you. What happened? Let's see how you're going to analyze it.
The mother is expecting the daughter to do it as a daily thing.
Say it in a, you almost there.
It's like her responsibility became.
Oh, very good. Meaning the volunteer, Ima turned it to be what? Obligation. Did you hear what happened?
Yes, Rob.
The child volunteer on his own. She doing it every day. Ima was watching and she saw 3 days she didn't wet the house plant. And she got it upset and said, for 3 days, it's gonna die. That's not the approach. The volunteer becomes obligation. So don't get used to the help of the child. If you're gonna do it, you're lowering the value of the child to that he wants to volunteer later on. Every time the child help you from his own, you should jump up and down with excitement and enthusiasm. And you always say thank you to the child. If you're going to behave like that, the child will develop very fast the ability to give. Now, I'm coming to the difficult part. Fasten your seatbelt. We always labeling our kids. Easy child, difficult child. Helping children, not helping children. And a nudnik and not a nudnik. The fast one and the slow one. The neat one and the balaganist one. Are we doing it?
Yes, unfortunately.
Again, everybody paid you? I see we have a lawyer for everybody. The Speaker of the House, Sharona Yegudayov. Are you labeling your kids, yes or no?
Yes, sometimes.
Yes.
Yes.
How would you feel if somebody will label you?
Upset.
Terrible.
Depends what the label is.
Depends what the label is. Of course, everybody will want the label of tzadeket, the Hasidah, yeah, Balat Chesed. But if somebody will put a label on you, the nudnikit, oof, she came again. Wow, wow, wow.
Never thought of that.
I know when your kids coming home, you say, oh, there's always one child who knows how to cause balagan. And after you deal with the child, your husband saying to you, what happened? Why are you so tired? And the reply is, what do you mean why I'm so tired? Your child, the balaganist one, no? The balaganist. Don't be crazy today. Already the image, whatever he'll do, the balaganist. So let's say you're saying you put a label on a child, the helper one. He likes to help. So he will like this label and he wants to justify it. What do you think he will do? Huh? He will always help. And we're going to encourage him and we're going to appreciate the child. And he becomes experienced and he knows how to do it. And his place in the family will be very important. He knows how to help. And the first help that you need, who are you going to turn to?
The helper, the one who always helps you.
Come on, Lou. Here we go. Here we go. So now what happened? In the future, he will not let anybody from the kids to get into his territory. I'm the most important one over here. We don't need your help. I can do it by myself. Why? Because he is afraid to lose the image that he created for himself, the helper child of the family. The child who refuses to help, how are we going to call him? The black sheep of the family. He doesn't want to help. We're going to relate to him as a lazy. We're not going to believe in him. And we're not going even to channel him to feel how much pleasure you have by giving. So we will cause him to lose totally the urge to give. Why? Because we gave up on him. Not only we gave up, this is what we're signaling, and the other child also is always the first one to jump to help. So this child feel, no matter what I will do, I will not be accepted. So he's done. So you all know, and it's not something new that we're bringing over here. When you're labeling a child, it's a damaging phenomenon, very damaging. Give every child a chance to develop his ability to give. Every child has it. So you limit the good child who wants to help. I'll tell you to limit him up to a certain point. And our job is to bring the lazy one, that we call him, into the circle of the helpers. That's the job. You have to limit this one and to put all your effort on this one to bring him in. Otherwise, while one you gain and one you lose, you lose it. You don't want to lose. So you can gain them both if you know how to operate. Talk to him, convince him. Every small thing that he does, you have to praise him. And you have to, to show sympathy for his difficulties. He has a difficulty. So let them have the ability, work on him, talk to him, find anything, any excuses. It was a child, they didn't want to put tzedakah. He had a difficulty to let go of his money, like any other child. So the advice is, take a tzedakah box, give the child your coins, and tell him, okay, go give the tzedakah, go give. So he knows already there is something to call giving, even though it's mine. But in the meantime, you see that I am giving something of my own. With patience, this child will learn that there is something that's called giving. So let them be part of it. Take your stuff, give it to him. Let's say he doesn't want to give up his toys. Okay, even the old toys. He said, no, it's mine, it's mine. Okay. Don't label them. He has a difficulty. Yes, okay. What you should do? You should take your old clothing that you don't need and it's in a good shape, and you want to give it as a charity. Whom you're going to take with you?
The
That
child that
child
has
has a
difficulties.
And you make sure that he sees everything. He will tell you, Ima, why are you giving it up? Is it still okay? It's still good. No, we have to give. We have to think about other people that don't even have what to wear. And let him take the clothing out of the sack and he should give it to the person. And tell him, do you want to help me to take the clothing out of the bag? But he sees Ima giving her stuff. My question is, do we have the patience for this? Or it's much easier to label him? What do you say?
It requires efforts, patience, and it's doable. Just we
Huh?
have to have that. It requires patience and it requires us to have want to change, like to help him and not just label him, because it's very easy to label kids. It's much easier than going out and just having that patience and seeing how can I help him.
You call him you lazy, you any label that you're gonna tell him what you accomplish. What's the accomplishment?
Nothing.
Instead of thinking, this child needs help. It's my child. I have to help my child. That's called help. By labeling a child, what do you help him? You're destroying him. So why should he help you? From this child, you don't expect any help. No. Because the closest people to him that's supposed to love him and do everything for him, they gave him a label. So don't call child a lazy one. I will call him a child with a difficulty. Why are we accepting learning difficulties? Or they call it learning disability. He became already disabled. I will call it difficulty. Okay. Some things goes easy and some things going with difficulty. That's the end of the world. But we want everything instant coffee. It's not. And why do you think Hashem gave you a child with difficulty?
Because you're going to be able to handle it.
That's number one. And second, to work on your patient. We're going to reach two birds in one bullet. You will reveal that you have the kohot, you have the abilities to take care of this child. And number two, you're going to have to work on your patient. We're talking like we have no difficulty. We're perfect. That's the reality. How about if you have difficulty by understanding the shiur? So should I label you that you're disabled? Huh?
No.
Okay, so tonight the shiur is for disabled. משוגעים. Even in education now, if you're not up to par, you're disabled. Are they out of their mind? Why? We don't have the car to invest on the child. So he doesn't catch after one time. He doesn't catch after two times. Okay? So he'll catch after 10 times. That's patient. Do not label. Tell me something. When you need help, do you know how to express it?
Not all the time.
Sometimes.
Okay. I heard something amazing. I heard about a lady that she lost a child in an accident. The child died in an accident. And she was not able to deal with the pain that she had. She didn't know where to turn. She had a friend overseas, a friend, a lady. She called her up and she told her everything. A day passed, the friend overseas calling the mother. She said, I'm coming to visit you for 2 weeks. She said, but you have a family. You have kids of your own. You have a husband. It's okay, she said. My husband is fine with this, and my kids are fine. See you tomorrow. I'm on my way to the airport. Huh? She came from overseas to be with a friend, just to support her, to talk to her. Whatever you have inside, here I am, release. And they met this lady, stayed for 3 weeks without a husband, without her kids, just to help her friend that she was in a trouble. And in 3 weeks, she was able to put her back on track. She was helping her. So I sat down and I said, what brought this friend to come from overseas? Such a big deal. Badly, it's a big deal to pay for a ticket, to come here, to live a family, kids, husband, work. I think that the answer is that she heard over the phone that her friend, she's in a big, big trouble. She let her participate in her feelings. And she exposed all the pain that she had inside. And she believed in her friend. That's why she's open up to her. She trusted her. She's the only one who can understand me. And that's sent the friend overseas to help her. If you want help from your kids, are you saying, why do you need help? Or say, I told you, go help, do this, do that, welcome to the army, right? If a friend will call her and say, I want you to get on the plane and stay with me for 3 weeks, she would have done it?
Unlikely, no.
Shugat. Meaning you have to let the surrounding know, I need help. I'll tell you what is the problem. Ima likes to be perfect. I don't need help, I can manage by myself. She is mamash giveret perfect. The house is always clean. The food always on time. Nobody sees them stumbling because we don't want to expose our weaknesses. They don't want to expose their need for help. If you, Ima, if you're not going to let your kids say, I need your help, how are they supposed to know? Which child will come on his own to volunteer for help when he sees Ima, she's perfect, she can take care of everything, so she don't need me? Such a mother, even though she comes already up to here, but the house has to be clean, the kitchen like a pharmacy, everything is over there. And the kids saying, Ima, she's very good. So she don't need our help. Let's play. And inside she says, why they don't help me? Why they don't come? How they supposed to know? You be perfect. You don't want to say that I'm not able to manage the house on my own. Can you say it? So let the children know. They say, you know, mommy, she's not a super lady. Kids, I need your help. So please, if I'll call you for help, you know that Ima just about to collapse. So I need your help. I'm not that perfect. And I cannot do anything on my own. At least they know that Ima needs help. And every time if you ask them for help, she's picking on us. She can do it on her own, but Dafka she's calling us. They start to think that Ima don't want us to sit just like that. And she picking on us. She can do it herself, what she wants from us. Right? And then they said, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Why? You can do it by yourself. That's the message. Because you feel if you're not able to take care of your household, you're a failure. Yes or no?
Yes, Rav.
Anybody home?
Yes, Rav. Yes.
Especially women in this generation, they feel if they can't do it all, if they can't do it all, they're a failure.
So
Their
We put a lot of
expectations
pressure
are,
on ourselves.
are they saying it?
They're showing it through actions. Not always are they saying it.
usually through anger, and verbal abuse is not good. Verbal abuse is not
Yeah.
good. Verbal abuse with children is the worst thing. It's the worst thing.
No. You're saying to a child, how come you didn't help me? How do I supposed to know? You always doing everything alone. Even sometimes if we offer our help, you don't want. So why are you screaming at us? They're looking at you as a nutcase. When I wanted one time to clean the kitchen, you told me, no. Go. It's okay. So you have to decide. Do you need help or you don't need help? Or sometimes you do need help. So say it. Sit down with your kids and say, listen to me. I'm only a human being. I have certain amount of koach. And I want to give you the best. But I need help. I cannot do it on my own. I'm only one man, one person show. Do you want to help me? I don't believe that one child will say no. If Ima will sit with them and tell them, I cannot do it on my own. I need your help. When I can do it, I will not ask you. But when I'll ask you, please, you have to know that I cannot. That's it.
Rav,
Yeah.
What if a child only wants to help or do things around the house only if there's a reward for him? Is that
How old is
normal?
your child?
8? Yeah, normal? He's not gonna like always expect something in return in the future?
He will go out of it.
I hope so.
What do you mean you hope so? We know so.
Okay, Baruch Hashem. I don't know, I just worry that this is gonna stay in the future and that he's always gonna expect something in return for doing something good.
Again, that's how you train a child. Bribe him.
Okay, thank you.
Don't you think I bribe? Huh? Or I'm the biggest of them all. Because that's when I want a child to learn, for example, right? I tell him, if you're gonna do this, $50. $50. If you're gonna do that, $100. $100 I'll give you. He's not
Until what
not-
age, Rav? Until how old?
until bar mitzvah age. And sometimes even after. Sometimes even after, you know, they will know at the end, you know, when the child is becoming 13, 14, it's already a different set of mind. And because if he goes to yeshiva, so slowly they're going to advance him, and you will see that the main thing is שלא על מנת לקבל פרס, not for the reward. When you want to start with a person to keep Torah and mitzvot, what are you going to tell him?
Bribe him.
How? We go to all the sources in the Torah. If you keep Shabbat, your business will be blessed. If you know how to say Birkat Hamazon slowly, very nice, you're going to be rich. You give tzedakah, you're going to be... So he doesn't give tzedakah because he wants to give tzedakah. He wants to be rich. Until when?
And then it comes to the point where he could do it on his own, Rav?
Yes.
With love?
Yeah. It works with everybody. Don't forget, you're dealing with the Yetzer Hara, you're dealing. Yetzer Hara pays cash. So we have to pay cash. If I'll tell a child, if you will help, B'olam haba, you're going to have such... You're going... What Olam haba? The Yetzer Hara pays me cash. So why should he do it? Okay, I thought I'll finish, but we're not done yet.
Can I ask one more question, please?
Yeah, you can ask.
When you pay the children with cash, do the parents have to hold on to the money, or is it okay for children, like 8-year-old, 10-year-old children, to hold on to their money?
Let them hold it. Let them hold it.
Yeah, it's okay for them to hold on
Tell
to it.
them, you can tell them, you know, let's put it aside.
Mhm.
Okay, and from time to time, you count how much you have.
Okay.
What if he can't hold the money, Rav, and he just wants to spend right away?
I was
He
just
has no
about to say,
patience.
what if a child spends the money? They
Like right away, yeah.
He will learn the consequence when he'll grow up.
But what I have a question. Just the way Sharon just mentioned, if you give the money to the child, just like Rav said, and the child spend it, can you tell the child if you continue doing it, then Ima and Abba have to stop giving you, or you continue giving it? So what if continues nonstop just spending money? You have to wait till the child comes to the counseling case when he understands what it is?
It's his, no? It's his.
Yeah, but you don't
What?
want him to spend it on
You
whatever.
don't want it. You don't want it. You.
Yes.
What
Because
he
you want.
want. He earned it.
So
So
we're
just because they
judging
earn it,
him and
you
he's
can't say anything.
sorry.
You don't want them to learn nothing.
Okay.
No
That's interesting.
consequences, no kulum. We control you from A to Z.
Okay.
Stop it. Let them spank. Let them get spanked from time to time. He will understand. Let them regret that he spent all this money.
Rob, quick question. What if it's on candy and it's all like you get the money right away, candy, and candy just is
Labריאות.
it's a- enjoy, we'll pay for the dental bill.
Enjoy it. Why not?
Okay. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob, so much.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Rabbi, can I ask you a question also?
Yes.
See you tomorrow night. Thank you.
Yes. What happens if the boy gets the money and goes to the Walmart and gets the phone? It's $40.
Phone?
Yeah.
No.
This is his money. He earned it.
Not in my house, but the house have rules.
If
You
he's
see?
hiding,
Hiding?
he knows mom is not allowed.
So now you
He
have a
goes to the
project.
store.
So now we're going totally to a different highway now.
What is it?
So now we have to get into the action. The child wants to cross the boundaries of the house. We're not going to let it happen. So here comes already quite the discipline part. I was talking about buying candy, buying a ball, buying this. Okay, do whatever you
It's
want.
for little kids, but when kids are growing and they are trying to use their money and see freedom with the money.
This money, right? And you can make a deal with them. It can go only to Kodesh or buying a clothing or something. I'm not giving you money for Averot. This I'm not going to do.
What if the child earns the money by themselves? They work and they earn money. What do you do then?
You can do whatever you want, not in our house. They have to understand,
Rules are rules.
Yes. We'll get to it. You see, I can be very nice and lenient as long as they're not trying to cross any boundaries. When they'll try to cross, no more Mr. Nice Guy.
But Rob, the boundaries have to be clear cut for the kid to know. We can't just expect the kid not to do it. We have to
We
explain
have
it to
to
them.
explain time after time. We're warning you. We're asking you when he knows. And then if you're going to take his phone and you break it in front of his eyes, you can jump up and down because we told you we're not going to tolerate it. So. To be a parent, you need to have a backbone. From one side, to be very nice, patient, everything. But from the other side, you're not going to take advantage over here and do things behind our back. That's not going to happen. We'll get to it. B'ezrat Hashem. Slowly, slowly. Tomorrow night, part 5. B'ezrat Hashem.
Looking forward. Looking forward. Thank you, Rav.
Okay.
Good night.
Shavua
Thank you,
Tov.
Rabbi.
Shavua
Thank you.
Tov. Thank you.
Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Moshe
Thank you.
Rabbi, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you. Shavua Tov.
Shabbat Tov. Good night.